Here's the rest of it. You'll have to be careful there and keep your wits about you. But I promise you there won't be anyone turned by the Gorm. Every rabbit in the place has run away from them. All their warrens have been taken or enslaved or just plain burnt to ash. They hate the Gorm as much as I do, and that's a whole lot of hating. There were mercenaries there, she said. Soldiers you could hire to work for you. She pointed to the silver bracelet Paz wore and the gold buckle on Podkin's belt. If you trade those precious things, you might get someone to fight on your side. Someone to protect you, maybe take you somewhere safe off across the ice-cold mountains where the Gorm have never been. That's what I'd do if I was you. Podkin listened to all this with a sad dread. The last thing he wanted to do was to go out into the cold, cruel outside world where bits of you got cut off and lost forever. He kept thinking Bridget would change her mind and ask them to stay. Maybe if he looked especially scared and miserable. But of course she didn't. She always seemed to know what was going to happen. If she thought they were leaving, that meant there was no getting out of it. Paz, who had spent more time with the old witch, knew a little of how Bridget could unpick and unravel threads of knowledge from the future. Was going to Bone Root something they had to do? Was it a part of Podkin's story that she kept mentioning? But if it was a good thing, then why did she sound so sad? What was going to happen to them there? The worries buzzed around her head, making it spin. Pook didn't want to leave either. He clutched a few of Bridget's bone pieces in his paw and tried to catch hold of her cloak whenever she moved near him. Paz could see her keeping away on purpose, but reluctantly, as if it was something she had to do. How hard it must be to know the events that had happened in the future to unfurl just the way it should, especially if some of these events were hard or unhappy ones. Would she be able to let them happen no matter how much it hurt just because they had to? Paz didn't think she had that kind of strength. It made her admire the old rabbit even more. Bridget gave them directions for Bone Root, sketched in charcoal on a piece of bark. As a parting gift, she produced some winter cloaks with hoods, knitted hats, and scarves. They were all exactly the right sizes for each of them, but had been folded and put away for so long they had to have the dust shaken off. Podkin couldn't work out how she'd done it. She had also made him a cloth scabbard in which he could carry Starclaw strapped to his back and hidden away. She warned him to guard the dagger well, as it was valuable beyond any treasure, and made him promise that he would never let the Gorm touch it. Finally, they stood in the snow beneath the old oak tree and said their goodbyes. The little rabbits all hugged Bridget and kissed her wrinkled nose. She had tears in her eyes and she waved them off. As she glanced back through the trees, Paz thought she saw the sickle on Bridget's belt give a silver glimmer of goodbye, and Podkin, although he had no idea why, felt his magic dagger grow heavier at his side. Tomorrow we'll find out where Bone Root is and what's there.